Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. We're back on Maverick Farms, and it's nighttime. I got all the seeding done, waiting for the next day to pop around. It'll be the third day of spring. And while it was right after I finished the last episode that I got a notice that Maverick Farms had an update. So we're now in version 4. There's quite a few things they say they fixed. One of them is supposedly, you'll notice the gates are back. I had to load a new game save. Well, it's a new game save because, okay, it actually wasn't a new save game. It was just an update. So I didn't have to start a new game save over. That was good. But anyway, there's quite a few. They fixed the gates so that Courseplay now works with them. We'll see. I haven't checked it yet. The other thing that's changed is that the mod that I had of the Amazon, I traded it in for this model. This is a John Deere, and this John Deere is really big. It's bigger than that one. This is 32 meters, and I think this is like 4 or 6. I can't remember. 4 or 6 meters wider. So I traded in this for the other one. What else? I guess that's it. I'm actually just kind of waiting for the next day. So let me kick the time up a little bit, and we'll get into the next day. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock the next morning. We're going to get out there and take a look at what our crops look like. I'm hopefully they'll be, well, nothing's happened. The corn has been seeded. How long do you have to wait? I guess you have to wait a while. It's only 28%. So when can we harvest it? The next season? For crying out loud. Now, I was told by a couple people that are playing this that, uh-oh. Did I have a problem with the corn? I can't remember. Did I have to redo this? We'll take a look. This is the potatoes. They're at 33%. I talked to a few people that are playing seasons, and they said that basically when you first start out, there's a whole lot of speed and time up, and then after that, you get busy. Once you get 4, 5, 6 fields going and animals going, you're pretty busy. So I don't know what's happening to the corn. I may have to replant the corn. Okay, this is the potatoes. What did I have over there? More wheat, wasn't it? Canola. I had canola here. All right, so evidently we're going to have to speed time up. But we're in the third day of spring, and before I speed the time up, I want to do some grass. I think I can cut some grass now, because we're going to need it. So I'm still waiting for the crops to grow. Let's do some grass. I've been told some cool things, too. We haven't got to the point where we're doing wine yet, but there's a winery over here. A winery over here. We're going to wine. Put a little cheese with that wine. There's a winery over here. Right here. Now, this is cool here. This is your multi-fruit greenhouse. So you can put everything in here. All your stuff is in one barn. You got pumpkins and melons and raspberries and strawberries. and you got cauliflower and lettuce and red cabbage and maters. You got all kinds of stuff here. And what do we have here? We have other stuff. What is this? This must be where it grows. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But is it here? All right, this is part of the winery. This is where you grow your grapes and stuff to make the wine, right here. And there's a couple of them here. Got another one over here. So you got these. You can make wine, and then you take it to this store. Well, it's not a store. It's like a restaurant, right here. This is your Maverick Estate Winery, and you bring your wine in here. Drop the barrels off here. Then this area starts to populate with people. The more wine you have in there, the more people show up, and this gets full. Now, I've been told that once people start showing up, it starts playing music. Well, I'm going to have a problem with that. Welcome. Huh? Alright, well, you put pallets there or something like that. This must be... Oh, this is where they said you have some issues here, and the only issue is you gotta hand deliver this crap down here or something. I can't remember what they told me. They said it was a pain in the butt though, so we'll figure that out. But I just need to figure out what songs they're using or what music. If it's copyrighted, I'm gonna have to take it out. So anyway, that was kind of cool. All right, that's neither here nor there. Let's go grab my mower and see if we can get some grass going while we're waiting for crops. And stuff. Where is my mower? Damn, there's a lot of grass here. All right, as you can see, I waited 3 days and there's quite a bit of grass here. So I don't recall if I had a grass course. Did I set a grass course up? I got grass 2, grass 3. What was grass 3? Let me start this thing up. This is grass 3. Let me try this out and see if we've got it working. This is grass 3. Let me do that too and see what happens here. We should be getting plenty of grass now. Let's let it go and see what happens. I remember this. It goes way crazy off here. If we take a look at the little eye guy, it's going to go all the way down to the bottom. But I tell you what, let me stop it there and put this thing back up. We might as well be getting this grass while we're doing this. I don't know kind of what goes wrong here, but it kind of goes wrong. Once it gets down to the bottom here, we can start over. Alright, we're going to flip around and see what happens here. I don't know why it makes that jog. It just does. No biggie. So I know quite a few people that are doing the seasons, and I know quite a few people that say it's a pain in the ass and they won't do it. So I don't know. It's different. I know the people I'm talking about that stick with it say that it does get to be kind of fun. It's a little bit more complicated, but they're having fun with it. So I thought, what the heck? Let me see what happens. If I can have fun with it, that's all that counts. It's just a different way of farming. I just kind of figured I got to give it the benefit of the doubt to see what it's like. Now, let me see. If I got... How much are these things? 20,000. I'm going to buy another one. We're going to buy another one like that and get it to working. Let's go find it. There it is. Let's grab this. We'll head over to that one grass field. I didn't really have to go that far. There's grass everywhere. Whee! Little air there. Now, supposedly they fixed some of the issues with the course play routes not working properly. I haven't tested it like I said, but I want to. And let me see here. Let's put this on field work, grass. I don't know what grass 2 is. Let me see what grass is. Okay, that's this thing right here. Let's do this. See what we get here. Well, we're getting grass. That's a good thing, but I don't know why it's going so slow. Let me kick it in the rear here. All right. While that's doing its thing, let me see if there's any more grass in here. What's happening? What's happening? Why is it not letting me check what's in here? Because it's grass? It must be full. Well, I tell you what I did. I couldn't get it to pick up and go. So let me dump this grass. I want to try something. Before, I tried to make a route from here over to the other silo, and I couldn't get it to work. It just wouldn't work right. It was stopping in weird places, and it would do it once, but the second time it would stop. I don't know. Everything was kind of weird. So let me try it again and see if they've truly fixed it. Now, I haven't upgraded my course play for a while. It's been, well, it hasn't been that long, just weeks, a couple of weeks. But, you know, they have a new version, it seems like, every other day. All right, let's see. I'm not going to haul the wheat over there, but let's see. Canola, sunflower, soybeans. Let's take the soybeans. But before we do that, I want to, actually, because we don't have a full load, so I'm going to do a course using the grain transport. We're going to start it here. And let me come out. Take it nice and slow and easy. I don't want to catch air on the railroad tracks or try to go too fast around corners. So I'm going to kind of slow it down. It's not the speed that matters, in my opinion, when you're doing course play routes. It's not the speed. It's, in my opinion, it's the fact that it'll do it over and over and over until the bin is empty. That's the important part. Not necessarily how fast it gets from point A to point B. It's kind of like computers. Back in the day when computers first started to become viable, people were saying, well, why would you ever use a computer? Because it took the guy 3 months to write a program to add 2 and 2. Now, I'm exaggerating, but basically that's kind of what it was. I got a degree in data processing. I was a computer programmer. And it literally took us quite a while to write a program to do the simplest of things. And so people would say, well, it's crazy. I could do that math in my head in 10, 15 minutes. It took you weeks to write a program to do it. Okay, that's not the point, though. The point is, once that program is written, the computer can do it in seconds, 1,000,000 times. Now, again, I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. Once it's done, the computer can do it over and over and over as fast as, lightning. So, that's what the great thing about computers was. And of course now things have changed quite a little bit now, but now I gotta remember how I come into these. I try to come in to my silos the same way every time, so I'm not hitting head on with the next truck that's coming. If I got one truck coming from a field and it comes in and goes out one way, I want everything to come in and go out that same way. Right, this time I'm not going to go to the left, I'm going to go to the right. I got a completely different route here. I know this is kind of boring, but it's a big question because I know I have a lot of people I know that are playing this. A couple of them are frustrated that they can't use their course play routes properly, and they're quitting the map. So I really need to test this and see if it's going to work. Because it's a fun map. I want them to keep playing if they're having fun on it. If they're not having fun on it because it's not doing something they want it to do, hopefully we can get it fixed. Myself, what I was doing, since I couldn't get the course play a route to work correctly, when I'm talking about it picking up the grain automatically, taking it, dumping it off at the next silo, coming back and getting another load, that's what's not working. So rather than be too frustrated with that, I just made it a regular transport course. So all that does is it tells the truck to start here and drive there and stop. And then once it's there, I get in it, dump it, and then tell it to go back. Just a straight transport course. Now, I made a couple of those, but I want to test this out and see if it's fixed like they think it might be. And it wouldn't take us long to find out here once I get this thing going. Now, I don't really see any point of making a course that goes from the other farm to this one. I want to make this one because it's got stuff in it and will have stuff in it that needs to go to the animal farm. Alright, so I'm going to stop it here. Okay, and then let's give it a save. Okay, truck silo 2 to silo 3. Alright, now I wanted it to do what? Sunflower, soybeans. Let's see if it'll do soybeans. And this is a test. Let's see if it's going to work. Because it didn't before. Now, it's not going to work correctly, I know. And the reason why is there's not enough soybeans in here to fill this trailer. So the trailer's going to stop and say, I didn't get enough to go. That's okay. That's not a problem. That's not what's happening. That's normal. That it wants a full load. Now here's what I did was I just made some transport routes. Let me show you. So we're going to do transportation. This one right here. All it's going to do is going to go from point A to point B. That's all it does. So let's grab one. Truck routes. TP3 to farm 2. That's the wrong one. Darn it. I didn't make the second one. Silo 2, truck silo 2. Yeah, it didn't do what I wanted. But that's okay. That's fine. Let me get this thing started. I didn't make one from here to the other one. I was getting ready to, and I didn't get it done. But, okay, so it's telling me that the silo's empty and it's waiting for more. I knew that was going to happen. That's normal. So what I'm going to do is just tell it to drive. Actually, I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to change this to sunflowers. And I know when it comes back that it's not going to get any more soybeans because there aren't any more. So let's see if it comes back and starts loading the sunflower seeds. And then, let me go to this guy. It's full. Let me go empty him. And so let's just stop this guy. I think I can probably tell where he left off. Yeah, it'd be easy enough to tell. We're just going to run this over here. I didn't make a course for this. I may have to, but I didn't right now. So I'm just going to dump this right here. Oh, slam the old brakes on. Alright. Let's go check on that guy and see how he's doing. Alright, he's doing his thing. Now, it's different than it was already. Before, it didn't make it this far. Okay. This guy is done. And we'll move him in a minute. Let me grab this one. He's empty. Alright, now I need to put him in group number 5 with the other one. Okay. Let's get him started again. Yeah, like I said, eventually I'll have to make a route to empty this thing. But hey, the good news is he didn't even get all the way done with this field and he got 100,000 units of grass. That's good. Alright, how's that other guy doing? Okay, he's getting there. Let's get this guy over there. I'm going to take a shortcut through the field. I know I'm wasting time, but this is important. Making sure that course play is going to run right on this map. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to go back to what I'm trying to do right here, which is the transport from point A to point B. Now, what you can do with this is just double up the trailers, get a great big road train going, if you know what I mean. And so that you're hauling quite a bit of product on one trip, because it's not going to do it automatically. If the other route doesn't work and I have to go to point A to point B, the only thing it does automatically is go from point A to point B. It starts and stops, and then you've got to do something manually with it after that. Let's see if I can get in here before that other guy comes out. Okay, so this is where I had the other one started. Right here. Let's get this guy going. Drive the course. Okay, so the route starts right here and it ends at the other silo. So, guy's going back already. Okay, well that's a good sign. I know several farmers that do this. I'm talking game farmers that do this if they can't get a route to work properly. And some of them I know don't try what I'm doing with the other one at all. They just do this. Well, so far so good. Didn't do this before. Didn't get this far. Now, if those silos were full of grain, and you set it to pick up wheat, it'd just keep going till it's empty. There is a control you can put on this. If you're picking up wheat and you don't want all your wheat to go over, you can say just take 2 loads or just take 3 loads, or you can set it to go until the silo's empty if you want to move everything. There may want to come a time where you want some of your grain spread out. You want a little bit here, a little bit there, and then you would just say, hey, just do 2 loads. That'd be 300,000 with this trailer. Trailer holds 150. Now here's the test. We'll see if it starts picking up. What I had it set to do? To soybeans. Alright, it still thinks it's picking up the other crop. But it didn't get this far before, so I would call it a success maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Let me get out of here. Let's get these guys going. So it works more. It works farther than it did before, or better, or whatever. We'll see if it's completely fixed or not. But Twin Star slipping. What? Oh, what's he doing there? Oh, for crying out loud! See, that's what I mean. This is the kind of thing that was happening. It just wasn't doing anything it was supposed to do. And that came through a building even. What? How in the heck is that happening? Oh, that's just crazy. I have no clue what the heck is going on with that. It was supposed to stop. Oh, I do too know what was going on. I forgot to tell it to stop at the other end. Shoot. See, it was supposed to stop right here and it didn't. That's my fault. My fault. I didn't set up the course right. Yeah. To get it to stop, if you set up a course like this, what I did was I drove from that other farm to this farm, start and stop, okay? The problem is that when it gets to this stop, it doesn't stop. It just asks the questions, what do you want me to do now? And it keeps going, and that's what it tried to do. Okay, the way to stop that is when you create the course. I got rid of that course. Let's say I'm going to do a start course. I want it to go from here, start, and I want it to stop here. Okay, that's the course. Watch what happens when you go and drive the course. Okay, now it's course play route now. It's running. It gets to the stop, and it doesn't stop. Okay, that's normal. That's normal. But how do you fix that? Okay, let me show you. This is a trick I learned back in 2013 when making transport courses. Okay, so we're going to start the course here. And we're going to end it here. But what you do is you put one of those in. And then you stop it. Alright, now let's try that. The only other way you can do it is what... Here, I'll show you. The only other way you're going to do is to do it this way, and you have to remember to do it every damn time. If you don't use that park thing, is that once you start it, you can say to stop at the last trigger right here, but you have to do that every time, or it won't do it. Just tell it to stop at the next trigger. The way around that is to put that park sign in that I showed you. Once it gets here, then it's going to stop. So there you go. That's how to fix that little issue. All right. So much for that. I've wasted enough time. But that was important to do, in my opinion. Let me get rid of this. I think I'll find another chunk of grass to do. Because we need grass for sure. Faux show. Now, let's see. Finding another field, that's another thing. There's grass everywhere, but yeah, I could probably cut that right there, actually. Alright, let's see. We could actually go... Yeah, we could do. We could just travel around this whole field. Okay, so... let me get this thing going. We're going to start this. All I'm going to do is manually mow this and make a course out of it. So I'll come back when I'm done with this. Alright, so I am back. And I made a route and I got, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 loads. Not on this field, but... oh, wait a minute. This one's empty. Let me grab the other one. Let me grab this one. Stop. This one's got 40% in it. If you looked at that other one, the gas is almost gone. I almost used a full tank of gas. And all I did was go around 2 fields. Just around and round until it was done. And I got maybe 5 or 6 or so full loads of grass. It was these 2 fields up here, 14 and 15, across from the other silos here, right here. This field, let me look at the map here. Okay, so if you look right here where I'm at, right here, I just went around the 15 and 14, and it took me, I don't know, 5 trips around. And I got quite a bit of grass, actually. Let's see how much I actually got. We can tell because I took all the grass out of that silo over there. So it was empty of grass. So let's see what I've got. Let's take a look. Alright, where's the grass? Grass! Wow. I got 9 trips out of it. So I got, because that thing holds about 100,000. So that's amazing. I almost got 1 million units of grass in just that one trip around 2 fields. So let's add this to it. And what I want to do is now I want to test this thing out. Now that I have enough to make more than 1 load. Let's test this thing out. Anxious to find out whether this thing's actually working or not. So we're going to do truck silo 2 to 3 right there, and let's run it around. Alright, let's see if this thing... Now, before I do that, though, I need to set it to grass. Oops, sorry. There we go. Grass. Now, let's see what happens. Yeah, see, here's the thing I was showing you right here. The number of runs to perform, unlimited, or you can set it to do a certain number. I don't know what's happening here. This is crazy. Alright, I think it's because it hasn't had anything in it yet. Let's try this. Let me just do this. No, not that. Let's do this. And we're going to start it off with grass. I think it's doing that because it thought that grass was empty, if you remember. I'm guessing. But let's just fill it up with grass. And we're going to let it go. Let me grab, let's see. Let's grab this guy. I don't have another course to run. I'll have to make one. Here's what I did. What I did was I just started mowing. And when it got full, I would pause the course, go empty it, come back and start where I left off. So, and until it was all done. So I didn't do what I normally would do. And I think I'm going to do the same thing here. That tractor right there just did this very small part. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to run around this field. But I'm not going to do it right now. I won't do it right now. Alright, let's see how this guy's doing. As soon as he's full, I'll let him go. Alright, it's getting close. Alright, let's see if he'll take off. Okay, we'll let him go for a minute. I need to check. Alright, so we're in the second stage of harvest here. Let me see. Dang it. I gotta get this guy going. There's a gold nugget sitting there. Alright, this guy's full. So, let me see. Which one do I need to do? I'm going to try starting off with field 1 and see if I can do a third fertilization there, or if I have to wait. So let's try that. My head just went right through that sign. That hurt. What the heck was growing there? Alright, so let's get this guy. There goes my truck. Okay, so this guy's ready to go. Okay, so we're in the southeast. We're gonna do. Wait a minute. Fertilizing and seeding, we're going to do that. We're in field number 1. We've got 36 meters. We're starting in the southeast. Going to head west. And I'm going to do 2 of those. Big field. Okay, so 36 meters southeast west. Alright, so field Ot 1 Vert. Actually, it's spray. Spray southeast, heading west, 36 times 2. Alright. Now, let's see if we can get this puppy to do this course without any trouble. Don't give us any trouble. Alright, now how fast will this guy go? I think I got this guy set at 24. That's usually my go-to speed. If it goes too fast, it causes problems. That's just my opinion, but we'll stick with it. Let's see how he does. First of all, though, wait a minute. Let me go back. Where is he? Oh, he's taken off again. He dumped that. Do I have this guy in a... No, I don't. Let's put him in with grass. Do that. Put him in with grass. And then I want to check the map. Yes. All right. So this is going to be the third fertilization. See how dark blue it is? All right. Got it made. Cool. All righty then. Now, let's go check and see how our guy's doing. This guy's not in the way, is he? I don't think so. So far, so good. He's going fast. He's, boy, Troy Sawyer's driving this, and he's really getting to it. Now, the reason why I couldn't fully test it before is there wasn't enough fruit in the silo. Well, now I've got 900,000. This guy should keep going. Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. God, I hope I remembered to slow down at the corners. I did. Cool beans. Alrighty then. I got to remember that the 2 lawnmowers need fuel. What I'll probably do is in between this episode and the next episode, I'll make a couple of grass routes and keep doing grass. That's kind of boring to watch, so. But once I get the routes made, that's the hard part. Like I said, it took me maybe 45 minutes to do that. But now that I have the course pay route going, it's all automatic. I just set it and go. All right, don't fail me. I didn't see the sign come up that said the silo was empty. That's a good sign. Let me back up where I can see what's going on here. Stop! Oh, it's not going to stop. Oh, crap. Well, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, it shows that I was wanting to load grass up. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to call it an episode here. I'll give it another test. But it's not seeming to do what I need it to do. Anyway, I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like. Share it with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you back on the farm the next episode. Happy farming.